That heifer right there just don't even care.
Straighten yourself out.
Make it. Oh yeah.
I told you, Mr. Mike.
I seen your comment there, Mr. Mike Conley. Yes, sir. I'm on to you.
I loved your comment, Mr. Mike.
Mm-hmm. Surprised JW didn't chime in somewhere.
He's probably not in from fishing yet.
They're getting him crappy.
Yeah.
But
sorry, I'm trying to type and laugh at the same time.
Hope everybody having a fine Sunday. I'll tell y'all what. We've had some beautiful weather down here. Well, really the last few days, but today was just top notch, as they say, as far as I don't know. I told him and said I could sleep right here on this porch.
Yeah, we were up at my grandma's, but she was dozing a lot today, so we did a whole lot of sitting in the rocking chair on the front porch out there.
Pretty much all day where my butt was. Did a little bit of rummaging around. I got some is JW in here?
No. Apparently I missed a spot with your powder.
Oh.
He said, Sissy, you need to powder Gunny's nose more. It's still shine.
Just a shine.
Oh, fun times.
It was a rush, Mr. Mike.
Yeah, we forgot his eyeliner too.
Yep, I just had time to run through the dust. We're getting in here and sat down. And they got a text message at like 5 minutes before we start. Brother from church says, "Any chance you can talk real quick?" And she looked at me and I looked at her and I told him, I said, "You got 5 minutes, man." And we were cutting it close.
He had a really cool story though.
Mm-hmm.
Some idiot around him killed a nanny dog, and she had a little bitty baby that they either didn't know about or didn't care about. But that baby's coming up in his yard now. He was like, "I'm gonna get you pictures because it's eating apples and everything."
What say? Still got spots on it.
Yeah, he said the spots are just now starting to fade, but it's been there like 2 weeks. Because he was telling me a little about it last Sunday, but it's getting more comfortable with him this week.
I don't know. It's been a bad season for them nannies and them babies.
Yeah, it has.
Especially right here, we have counted. There was a set of twins that the highway got. Then there was a little spotted one we could see the other day coming home right before you get to the house. Mm-hmm. 3 nannies I know of, and 1 cow horn the other night right here within, 200 yards stretch. But I don't know. If I'll tell you what it is. If they would put them deer crossing signs where they're supposed to, and them deer would know this is a safe place to cross.
For real.
I bet you that would eliminate a lot of that.
Well, you should head up that movement. Nobody else has the gumption to.
Well, I'll sure do it.
Get on it, but
I'll say something. Shine a light on it. Don't
do that.
That's what she told me. Joe, give me this new flashlight. You don't like it, do you?
Oh, I love it.
She don't like my games. But
I've been dealing with these games since that thing come in the mail, Mr. Joey Rawls.
Thank you, Joey.
I know you're in here.
Let me get that up there.
I saw him already.
Well, you ain't gonna do. Yeah.
You busted worse than them Walmart security agents get you.
Hey, that's a good idea. Carry it to Walmart with me. And hit their camera up there with it. Glad you put that in my brain. But other than that, we had an okay week.
You have lost your mind.
Y'all quit.
Children. We've had
No.
a much better Sunday than work week.
Well,
We'll
it's,
just say that.
well, it's kind of funny because last Sunday at church, the preacher was preaching on how was it Brother Sandy preaching on about how when God blesses things, the devil's right.
Well, like when you have something, some occurrence or experience that brings you closer to God, or you have a more open communion with God.
Mhm.
But the closer you get, the more the enemy is going to attack you and try to make you fall, push you away again. I was like, you know what? I'm feeling it. I am feeling it.
Sure had our patience tested, I reckon, because we was flying high on last Sunday. How, man, y'all, by the time the dust settled, we know it was over $1,000 y'all had raised. And
Yeah.
we're not going to give it all away yet, but undoubtedly there was some more that came in.
Yeah, I can't wait. I cannot wait
So,
for y'all to hear.
y'all hold on to your britches, because I'm talking about when we got a phone call, we was like, ain't no way.
I mean, literally almost fell down from standing up.
So, got some more wonderful news to top on top of that. But yeah, old devil, he was trying to push my buttons all week last week. And Friday, he just about got me there. And thankfully, ain't nothing like a good woman keeping you in line when you want to get out of line. And I don't know. Anyway, the devil was trying to push us, and
that's the bottom
ain't gonna let
line there.
ain't gonna let that happen, kind of thing. But then we got the phone call
Saturday.
Was it Saturday? Yep. And once again, we was like, man, you got to be kidding us. And nope, we ain't kidding you. So got another little surprise on that end here in just a little bit.
No, Russell, it is not. It's not by a long shot. He says not easy, Hannah.
Oh, it's not. It's
no, Lord, no.
I tried. Well, we all try our best, but we do have a limit, ladies and gentlemen. And mine is.
Some of our fuse are a lot shorter than us. What is that? DC, late to the party.
Yeah, I'm just putting a holler at everybody real fast. Have you seen Grayson rummaging around in here?
Yeah, Grayson just came in.
Okay. Grayson and Ed.
It's in here.
Okay, look. For the first time in first with a smiley face history, I gotta apologize. Because at the last minute, like always, I was trying to make some corrections to this StreamYard stuff. Well, there was complications that arose, so I had to call Tech, which was Johnny Walker at Tennessee Mountain Bees, and he said, "Look, I can't talk, but I can text." So we went through all that.
That's what you're talking.
And ended up we had to redo an account, start everything over, crash the last account basically to try to get things working the way we was trying to get it together. So on the very first live, Grayson did get first. Then on the second live, Ed got first.
Yeah.
So there's two first amongst the second.
No, you didn't do anything, DC. I was just saying hi to you. I just glanced at your name at the bottom. I saw it come in right as he was going to move the phone.
But what else we get into? Once again, we got everything done. Now I got to do some memory card work.
Yeah, that's what you were supposed to do all day while you were sitting around,
What?
so we could finally put the cooking video out.
Ain't a bad internet service up there.
It's Canadian Thanksgiving?
Huh?
Did not know that, but happy Canadian Thanksgiving, Ian.
Yes, sir. Y'all dig in?
Yeah.
Enjoy some pumpkin pie?
It is like 77 degrees here. Feels like 80 right now. And you're talking about happy Canadian Thanksgiving.
Well, they probably getting two up there.
Oh no, it happened again, Sarah. He said I had a garage full of bees again today.
Them little insect bloodhounds. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you reminded me, Ian. I was going to try to do that this weekend. Because we did get a little bit of fall weather, but more's coming this week. But I bought the stuff to make a pumpkin pie, but I haven't done it yet. But he said he's full of turkey and pumpkin pie.
Yes, sir.
We might make a shorter cooking video on making pumpkin pie.
Yeah, because there's a trick to it that makes them bad boys a little better.
Oh, that sounds like a bummer, Todd. He said I played with my ants again today with angry face.
The A's are back.
They're everywhere.
The M's are creating issues.
Oh no, DC's got rain coming again. Who was it? Mr. JW was talking about he was gonna have a couple nights in the 20s coming up.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I missed that
Keith
one.
Spillman's talking about 30s, and we're gonna be in the 40s, and I'm looking forward to it. Oh my gosh.
It does this. We know, okay, almost this year is 9 years we'll be married, or 10? Okay. 9 years we'll be married the 17th of this month. All right. And it's usually
He
like,
just found that out today.
I've been going for the last 9 years
Yeah.
on the marriage. But I have to remind you of our official days of 15 being together.
You don't have to remind me of that.
Anyway, let's not get into that.
Yeah.
Where was I going? Oh, every year before our wedding anniversary, it can be 95 degrees. And if we plan something the week before or leading pretty well up to it, a cold snap comes in. It done it when we got married, honeymoon. Then when we got back from the honeymoon, it turned hot again. And then every year since then, a cold front comes in right before anniversary. So we definitely don't want to be here.
Yeah. But that's okay.
It's just
Because
weird.
I'm so looking forward to it.
Well, thank you, ma'am. Appreciate you,
That's what
Kimberly.
I was trying to type in there because Russell said it too.
Uh,
Like, thanks, y'all.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Sarah.
We'll see if I don't forget between here and there.
Oh, Steve, that is awesome news. I don't know if you can type back or not, so I'll just say it. But that's really awesome to hear. And we hope you have a good week too.
Tell me these so I can highlight this kind of stuff.
I did.
You know, I heard it's off Steve.
Well, that was your heads up.
Thank you.
Highlight the comment. Come on, buddy.
Mr. Roy. Been meaning to get back with you, Captain. I do got you put down in my contacts on the cell phone and all that stuff, and I'll shoot you a text the next day or two. Get you my number and all that. But we do want to thank you for what you offered to do on everything. That's awesome. And once again, we'll dive into how fine of a community these.
Okay, well, I won't put it in the chat since y'all are driving too. But Haley and Miss Renee,
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's got to be Miss Renee typing. She said Leah's driving home, but wanted to say hey to everyone.
And there was a point I was going to text you back, but she told me they're on vacation. So that's why you didn't hear from Lee whenever I was texting him. She's like, "Don't you remember they went on vacation?" And I was like, "You're right. I don't need to be texting a man on vacation." So
I know, isn't it, Brian? I love it. He said that's a sharp looking hat, Tim.
well, is that crew in here?
Flower Street. No, I haven't seen them yet, but this is their family night too. They're
Okay.
always at Melissa's mom
Okay.
or Melissa's parents.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk to them again if they pop in here. But since you said that, they're Brian from Flower Street. Some of y'all seen the little community post. We got some mail in. Doggone, where did I leave that shirt? I left that shirt in there. I'll go do it. So, but anyway, we got some mail, and they had told us about, will y'all be on the lookout? We had no idea they were sending us something. So it finally got here, and y'all, Tom and Melissa from VIA sent
a goodie box.
Yeah.
Oh, they just came in. Perfect timing.
Look, y'all don't go nowhere. Stay right there.
Stay right there, wherever you are. No, he left I wore the shirt today, and I threw it in the bathroom in there, so he had to go get it to show it off.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, check it out. We'll show you the awesome merchandise first.
Oh, and
Well,
hey,
hold on.
here's a not a paid advertisement or promotion at all, but whoever makes y'all's business cards, you need to write them a really good review because that card survived. The mail carriers broke the glass jar of
Cream
honey y'all sent.
Yep.
So it was about half of it was out and everywhere in the box. So your card survives the honey, the soapy water, the wet rag to rinse it off, and drying out. And you can't tell nothing happened to it.
No,
absolutely nothing. It looks brand new. So whoever does them does really, really good with them.
I'll show y'all the back again. Let's see if it'll let you UPC, whatever you call them things, QR codes, I guess. I ain't got to hide the phone number on this side. But anyway, yeah, all that sopping wet with cream honey and everything, where they probably just threw them boxes around, knowing the mail people.
No, don't. Oh no, there was still plenty of it for us to try and everything. Nothing else. It only got on the hat, and we rinsed it off, and it was fine.
Then I'm gonna cover y'all's cell phone numbers up, unless y'all just want folks to know. But I try to keep them covered up for people. But anyway, the front of their car, look at that bad boy.
Lee said you only win drawings when you wear a certain shirt. Yeah, so y'all be sure to hit up Kodiak Farms for your lucky shirt.
Well, we'll test this one out too, VIA, see if it comes through. But I know for a fact Kodiak Farm shirts will win you every time you got that baby on. But I get Tom and Melissa, I guess they did some kind of vinyl coating over it, or anyway.
Something.
The cars held up real good with the trauma they went through.
I wouldn't switch to anybody else if I was y'all.
Show y'all.
I love the shirt too. That fabric is extremely comfortable.
Got honey. Right there. Then.
No worries, Tom. No worries at all. It was just a little bit of the cream honey that spilled out. Y'all don't need to send out more.
No. I mean, we can still get in there, but I don't know if y'all can tell on camera.
It just kind of oozes out the bottom.
Yeah. There's some cracks right there on the edges, and it's just enough for whenever I guess it kind of warms up through the day a little bit
Yeah.
where it leaches through.
Really
But
good.
yeah, it's good. Don't y'all,
Don't y'all worry about that.
we'll dig through the glass.
You don't have to dig through the glass.
Well,
It's not that bad.
You know what I'm saying? It's not. No, y'all don't fret. But
Oh, well, you being particular has paid off. He said he's very particular about the fabric. Or she. I think he might.
I bet you that bad boy.
It's
cool.
very comfortable.
Then let's see, y'all.
Oh no. Is this gonna set y'all off with the dark and light honey thing again?
Oh, we didn't think about that. Let's see if it'll. No, it won't. Typical.
But is the dark honey y'all's fall honey? Or are they both spring honey? No, not today, Danae. It's later this week. But Buttons was talking about it since he figured out it's coming up today.
What?
She asked if it was our anniversary.
No, ma'am. Next or this coming week sometime. No,
Tom and Melissa, don't. It wasn't y'all. I promise. Our mail carrier is like a semi-pro boxer on the side. I think
she done that last year to Dan.
Yeah.
No,
this is not the first time she has busted a jar of honey, shoving it in our mailbox. I don't think it was y'all at all.
Oh no.
I really don't.
Well, I was kind of picking at Hannah.
Yeah, sometime, DC.
I told her, I said, Tom was probably trying to make that box so nice and neat. And Melissa just come by and drop that jar in there all fired up with it. Because we see what happens to, I mean, we've got photo evidence of what happens to the man.
Yeah.
And
right.
I figured she just.
He said they're both spring honey, but the light is early April and May, and the dark is late May and June.
All right. Now tell me what the Christmas tree is. Wish we had smell-o-vision again. Is that
but I'm
like
not
a piney smell, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Or camphorish?
Oh, this has got to be Tom. He said you're right about what happened with the box. But that dark honey is good. Normally, Pam doesn't like the darker ones because they're usually the fall honey or whatever. But what you call it? He even liked that one. He was like, it's like a perfect balance of sweet and that strong honey flavor.
Yep,
it's definitely unique. She's mad she didn't get the lead for the Pet Detective movie. What?
Oh, the yeah, the hat.
Oh, it's a soap. I told you I thought it was soap.
Can you see that on the screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Get closer.
Then get the netting on the back here. I'll take my hat off. There we go. Okay. Mm-hmm. And these babies, and once again,
I told you I thought that was soap. Melissa started making soap.
Soap. Okay.
I should have told him it wasn't soap, so he tasted it. DC said, did he taste it?
No.
Man.
Well, as soon as I touched it, I don't like lotions or nothing like that on my hands. It just drives me up the wall. I don't want any kind of, none of that. And when I felt it, I looked at her and I said, "Oh no, this probably going to be your department here."
I was like, that doesn't feel like a lotion. I think that's soap.
Then it's even better, I guess.
But I really wish I'd have thought of something cool to tell him it was, so he'd taste it. Well, DC's with you. He don't like the slimy of lotions.
No, sir. Don't want that mess.
No, he's not gonna do that. Have you tried the beeswax hand cream?
No, 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 no. I don't want a lotion of any kind on my hands.
Today said I should have told him it was fudge.
That's that new time for
Spinach.
like that eggplant honey. Todd. Mm-hmm.
We can move on from that.
All right, you want to go through the playlist and at that time, yeah.
Okay. He said it's not greasy if it's done right.
It'll be a mental thing for me. Either way, you could try. They could have scientific evidence, and I deny, like some people deny the beekeeping science.
I'm in your way.
I don't know.
Oh, I love an eggplant lotion bar, Tom. That would just be fantastic.
We'll get you
Todd, not Tom. Just take a little bite. Oh, that would be funny.
Oh, no.
All right, you gonna be serious a minute?
All right, one of them Texicans got in here, but yeah.
Texican.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, Philip. All right, we got Mr. Mark, Ed and his family. Y'all say, I don't know how many of y'all saw it in the chat earlier, but say a little special prayer for Ed. He said today was his dad's birthday. The first one he's going through. Let's see, Mr. Pat, Miss Deb, Grammy Lisa's son and 2 granddaughters, Bob Walker and his family, Tom's wife and his mother-in-law, Mr. Donnie, Mike Tangway and his family, DC's parents, Emma Hoskins, baby Luca, and the family that lost their little one. Deanna Wheeler and her son Reed, Rachel Wilson, her sister Amanda, and her niece Riley. Philip's mama, his friend BJ and his wife, the Jennifer Brown family, Bobby's Bees and his family, Minnesota Mike and his brother Dave, Aaron Frederick, Mr. Larry and Miss Sherry Gandy, and Mr. Larry's mama, Keith Larimore, Hillbilly Earl, the Paris family, Sandy's family member with Icy Mountain Honey, Bruce with his bees, granddaughter Song, Steve Amos's brother and mother-in-law, but you put it up there that they were both home from the hospital. That was awesome news. Let's see, Spanky, Israel, and all those affected by the wars. All of the many storm victims. Jake's Farm's wife, Sean Balterson's wife, Mr. Ron, PJ Hanley, Stafford Mike, Shabu, Ricky Rourke, 29 Homestead, mine and Tim's family, Grammy and Lisa's friend Lime, Catherine's son and his family, Sarah and her family, the Leonard family, Tar Heel, Mr. Randy's mother-in-law, CC Texas Garden, Earl's mama, Miss Vivian. Didn't he say she was doing better?
She's doing better. She was kind of get up, moseying around a little bit the other week.
Okay.
And trying to kind of seem like get back to herself a little bit. He wanted to thank everybody for their prayers. And Earl,
Yeah.
just want to tell you, if you're watching, we appreciate the kind words on everything the other day.
Only encouragement.
Yes. But I guess the reason I didn't text you back because we wanted to tell you that we appreciate all your your kind words, bro.
Okay. Let's see. Philip's mother-in-law's sister, Janae Wood, Miss Leona, Terry Chapman and his family, Kenneth and Chris Wilkinson, Ephraim Kalunga, Terry Bertalan, Miss Chris, Ed's father-in-law, Miss Chris's dad, DC's friend Garrison, the Williams family, Brother Eddie Brunson, Miss Janet, and that's Redfish's wife. On here, she's got surgery coming up next month. And then Kimberly Schmidt, her daughter-in-law Amanda, and her family. And then all of the government officials and leaders of this country.
Amen to that. All right, y'all. We're going, if y'all will again, we're going to open up the door there, and we're going to hear some fine news, y'all.
Miss Leona, that is incredible to hear, lady. You have made my night with that.
What you say now?
What's going on, Tim? What's going on, Miss Hannah?
I'm trying to get this dog to let me have a little bit more of this chair over here. He's killing me.
Yeah, just wants a little love tonight, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all was smart when that youngin' talked y'all into a dog. Y'all got a little one.
Yeah, a little.
Even little, they're kind of a handful, you know. So
they can be. So y'all kind of getting back to normal a little bit.
Yeah, things are really starting to get back to normal. And I know you was calling out some of the organizations that was helping out in places. And a big shout out to Samaritan's Purse. My goodness, those folks, they've been up here working like crazy. If I ever donate to anybody, it's definitely going to be Samaritan's Purse. Those folks, and they've been working so hard up here helping people out. Got it up on Facebook, if you need help. So, man, them folks are a blessing. They really are. So, but yeah, lots of good stuff are getting done. Ashe County has set up a thing for these guys to come in with their dozers and stuff, start helping people put the bridges back in, and that's a blessing because that's a lot of hard work trying to put a bridge back in. And yeah, what's going on, Tom and Melissa? Hope you guys haven't fought too hard today with that light dark stuff.
Oh my goodness!
It's been
I saw it on Facebook, but I was like, I'm not touching that.
Oh yeah. So, but got some good news on. I think it was Wednesday. I think I may have reached out to Tim and Hannah on Thursday. But I want to thank everybody for the donations. You guys are just incredible, unbelievable. You guys were talking about maybe getting $1,000, and Tom and Melissa had donated some money, and I hadn't seen that yet, and I knew Lee had donated some money, and well, I got pretty excited that on Thursday I sent Tim and Hannah a big message because I was excited and looked like what we'd raised on their channel and what we had received so far. It looked like we was right around $2,600, and that, man,
Wow.
For a little YouTube channel, I mean that's a lot of money. You guys have donated a ton of money, and I trust me. I sent some pictures to Tim and Hannah of a lady that lost a couple of hives. That we're going to help her out with those, and maybe 4 or 5 other beekeepers that have reached out to me that we're definitely going to help and help greatly. So you guys in the chat, man, you folks are just incredible, absolutely incredible. And I think from what me and Tim and Hannah talked about, there's some people sending checks that maybe we hadn't even received yet.
Yeah.
So Go ahead, Tim.
We got one in yesterday from Mr. Russell Amon. I know Blaine has got one on the way. We received money from Philip.
Yeah. And one more
and
is sending money to us. So we're just trying to get it all collected at one time and send it up to y'all.
Yeah, and I'll see if I can get this. I got one email here. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, when you was kind of running things by us and telling us that, it was like, man,
Is it more Ricky?
yeah.
So
Go ahead.
Karen Parsons sent me a message, and I don't think I've ever seen her comment on y'all's YouTube channel. And she listens to you folks all the time. She thinks a lot of you, Tim and Hannah, and she's mailing a check to us also. I talked to her for a long time through email. Her name was Karen. I hope I get this right. Pearson, I think is her name. Just a real good conversation with her. We got to talking about the Lord, and she kept saying, "Well, can you send me your address?" And we was talking about the Lord, and I sent her a message back. She said, "Well, you didn't send me your address." And I was so excited about talking to her about what was going on and how God has treated us. I forgot. So we it took us a couple more messages before she actually got my address. So, but I do like to talk to people, and it was a blessing. It's a blessing for you guys that, you know, a lot of you guys comment in the chat, but there's people listening that we don't know who's listening, right? And they don't hardly ever say anything. And for her to donate like that, it's completely awesome. So
that is.
But it kind of, in a way, opened up another door, if you will, because we're so. I'm not gonna lie, we're so used to seeing everybody in the chat week after week and talking to everybody, and you see the familiar names, and it's not that you mean to, but you don't see the ones kind of sitting on the back pew getting church as well. And
that's it, brother.
You talk about whenever you said that, I told Hannah, I was like, all the ones just sitting there, just being silent and quiet.
Yep.
You know,
but thank y'all too.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just blown me away watching God move from, like you said, this little bitty YouTube channel out of Podunk, Alabama. And it's gone. God's used it and taken it this far. Because it ain't us. It ain't us at all. It's God moving through all of us. Yep. But it's amazing. It is absolutely amazing.
Yep. It's the communication with the people in your chat. It's that group. It's that congregation, like Tim said. And you know, you might have somebody in your church is just, they don't really never say anything, but they may be the best prayer, and we'll never know that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And they can get in touch with the Lord. You know, so people are so special. It's the small people a lot of times that makes the big differences. So
absolutely.
Well, and just like you said, and I'll just say, as far as a community wise, I'm gonna kind of step back. Now, this is going into what everybody has done, but man, years ago, working on the volunteer fire departments, all right, once a year they would have a due. All right, if you could pay a little bit, $10, $5, whatever it was, whatever you could send in for the year to help out with fuel and maintenance on the trucks and all this kind of stuff. Well, people would send in their dues, but I'm not lying. The majority of the people that did it repetitively year after year after year were the poor people. I mean, they would send their $10 in, but you couldn't get nothing from the guy that had buku money right down the road. He wanted to question everything you was doing whenever it's all laid out for everybody to see. There's nothing to be hidden. But the blue collar folks is where I'm going.
Mhm.
The people that,
The little people.
yeah, like
Yeah.
us, that we work from paycheck to paycheck or week to week or however it may be to make ends meet. But yet, that's the folks that come together, it seems like, to make sure, okay, we're going to get that bridge built.
Yep.
Or we're going to help this fella right down the road from Ricky, or whatever the case it may be. That's what I like seeing is
Yep.
my people, if you will.
People with the
Yeah. Well, I mean, the everyday nobody, if you will, that you wouldn't get recognized on the street because you ain't a politician or you got a bunch of money in the community kind of thing. But
Mhm.
either way, it's wonderful.
It's
Folks
been
pulling together.
very, very humbling to me just seeing this expand and the ripples going out, the ripple effect, I guess.
Yes. But we we're just gonna keep pushing on through it, and whenever these checks quit showing up,
Well, let me
we'll, we'll,
read just a little bit of what Karen wrote here. She said, I was listening to Gunline B last night. Um, she said, if you would email me your address, we would love to help you out by sending a check. She says, we are holding up in prayers that will be a silver lining in all things through your testimony of help and kindness towards other people. It's just one soul comes to know the Lord Jesus Christ as a Savior. It will be worth it. And I tell you what, I'm feeling chill bumps right now. That right there just, man, it soars my soul and it got me excited. I didn't even, like I said, I didn't even send her address after this comment because she got me. I was boiling up inside, So, and she wrote a whole bunch of other stuff here, But says even though we don't know each other personally, we are brothers and sisters in Christ. We would love to help. Now, see, folks, that's just beautiful, just absolutely beautiful. And it amazes me a lot of times that beekeepers, and I don't know if y'all feel this way or not, but most beekeepers are Christians or down that
Mm-hmm.
avenue. It seems like they are Christian people, and it just amazes me. It's like, wow, if we could just make everybody beekeepers, we have everybody's Christian people. Everybody be saved,
For
ready to go.
real.
So, but anyway, I wanted to mention her on here, and I've had again several of you guys in the chat to send me a message, and I appreciate you guys so much. You guys are awesome. A little bit on the beekeeping side. Now, I want to share this too. I lost some nukes out there in the bee yard. We think of maybe right around 17 nukes. Well, this afternoon, Ruth says, there's a swarm of bees in the yard. I was like, why do we have a swarm of bees? And all my hives look good. I don't know where they came from. Maybe come from the neighbor's house. I don't know. But I lie you not. There was two colonies that I know they weren't no bees there, and one of those swarms went in one of those boxes. And I know yesterday that the other box didn't have no bees in it either. So we've caught two swarms in the last 2 days. Now that's, tell me if that's not God. He giveth and he taketh away, right?
He's already replenishing your stock,
He's
Ricky.
replenishing it. He says
That's
he replenishes
incredible.
sevenfolds. So yeah. But we want to share that with you folks tonight. Again, I don't know. I'm sure we'll probably hit close to $3,000. And again, man, that is just incredible. So Tim and Hannah are the best people in the world, I tell you.
oh no, sir. No, sir.
No.
We just part of the family.
That's it.
That's why
That's it. It's all God. It ain't. We couldn't have put nothing like that together. Not-
if I can remember how I put this to Earl, because Earl sent us a very kind message the other day,
Mhm.
and he said, "Folks are starting to know y'all a little bit and all," but my rebuttal to him was, "Earl, it's not that we want to be known by anything. We want to let folks be known about the Lord.
That's right.
That's our goal, and,
Yep.
and we're gonna let Him carry wherever He decides to carry it, kind of thing."
Yeah.
I just enjoy. I'm a talker, and I just enjoy getting in.
If y'all haven't picked up on that.
Yeah, talking to new friends. You're learning different things about folks and hearing about where you live, and we have the common goals in the beekeeping. At least we enjoy it and love it to a point. Then some people want to take it further and carry on, but we can all still share that common ground on what we're doing. Then the
Mhm.
best thing is, like she said, our brothers and sisters in Christ coming together
That's
and
right.
working, and that cannot be stopped.
Nope.
No,
No way, brother.
not good.
Yeah. But before you go, Ricky, Minnesota Mike, I have one question. I started up here for you, Mike.
All right.
But yeah, how the heck do you lock down the horizontal hive for the wind learning experience?
Well, I'll be honest with you. None of my horizontals flipped over at all. They were all fine. I didn't have a problem with them whatsoever. It was my nukes that all got flipped over, and I made them out of some really. It's basically wooden sidings. What it is, I made them out of. Somebody had some extra stuff, and I can get kind of cheap sometimes, and so I made about 50 nuke boxes from that material, and they're really light. They're probably not half inch; they're not even 3/4, and so that's the hives that got knocked over. The horizontals, they didn't get knocked over, and even if they did get knocked over, you could just set them right back up. I mean, because nothing's going to fall out of that hive, unlike a vertical hive or a nuke. So that's one of the blessings about having a horizontal. But I know they're not for everybody, but they definitely saved my back. I'll say that.
Absolutely. I love orange.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm gonna jump off here. I'll be in the chat for the rest of the night. But I just wanted to come let everybody know the good news. Don't take from Tim and Hannah's show tonight, but when you have good news, man, you have to let people know about it, right?
That's it. Tell 'em.
That's
Yeah.
what we told them in the beginning. We can't tell y'all, but we can't wait to tell y'all.
So,
So,
but
thank you for giving everybody an update, Ricky.
absolutely. And me and Tim talked about something we want to do for you folks that donated. Just a little thank you something. So you'll see something definitely in the future coming to you folks. And I do appreciate you. And I will update you on where the money goes. We're going to make sure it gets to the people that need it. And that's the key for us is
Yes.
let's find the people that need it and get it there. So thank you guys.
Okay,
Appreciate it.
like we told you, we have full faith that God will show you who needs that and where to send it.
Yep.
So,
Absolutely. So
tell Miss Ruth we said hey, okay?
I will, and just so everybody knows, she's with her sister in South Carolina, so she went down there to visit her. So I am by myself, and it's been kind of quiet around here for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, you in trouble,
That's what
Ricky.
I did mention to Tom. Happy life, a happy wife. So I'm I'm trying to be nice tonight. I don't want Ruth mad at me. That's for sure. So.
Yeah.
But again, I appreciate everybody in y'all's chat tonight. You guys are just absolutely unbelievable. Thank you, folks.
This community is awesome.
Thank you again, Rick.
Yeah. We're still
Absolutely.
praying for y'all up there.
Appreciate it. We're going to need it for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, how about that, people?
Isn't that awesome, y'all? That's what I was saying. I can't wait for y'all to hear what happened with all that. I was dumbfounded. Like, I was completely dumbfounded when he called.
Oh yeah, he started telling me, and I was like, "Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Let me go in here to her. That way, she can hear the good news too." But yep, outstanding job, people. Outstanding job. Let me hit this link button here. And y'all want to come in, chit chat a little bit, or we'll see where y'all watch us long enough. We'll just see where it goes.
Miss June, I ain't never heard that before, but I like that saying. Turn your test into a testimony for him.
There we go. Yes, ma'am.
I like that. Ricky said hopefully Ruth isn't listening tonight. Joey told him to watch out.
Well, I mean, and two, we still got to understand that folks are going through a whole lot. Then now you getting cold weather with
He's
me.
talking about Ricky picking around. It's so quiet without Miss Ruth there.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm just talking about.
I was like, whoa,
people,
now, buddies.
No, I'm not heading off on that. I'm just saying, it's still a long road for folks.
I know Tom and Melissa, people, we get looks sometimes because of the way we pick at each other. But yes, we're the same. We love each other no matter what.
I got aggravator.
Keeps life interesting.
Look, I'll tell y'all this. This is a preview to a video when I finally figure out what I'm doing with this SIM card situation. But y'all remember the old TV show Alf, the old alien that ate the kitty cat or tried kept eating the kitty cat, what have you?
I'm sure y'all know what he's talking about.
All right. Well.
Oh, you're busted, Ricky. Miss Ruth is in the chat.
Oh, row.
Oh, no. Oh, everybody remembers Alf.
I was just thinking everybody's having a moment of silence for Ricky right now.
Probably so. That's hilarious.
But yeah, all right. I had an old Alf that I got when I was a little bitty fella. Well,
and it still lives here.
Yeah, it still lives here. But one of the dogs got a hold to it some years back and chewed one of its eyes out and like snatched its nose pretty much off. And you can kind of
Joey said Alf was cool.
The one I got, he needs some repair work. But
yeah.
Anyway, I was going out there and I was using old Al as a demonstration to the people of them yellow jackets jumping on you. Because I got him down in an aquarium and yellow jackets. Anyway, I don't want to spoil all the video. But as I'm going out there putting all this stuff together to get ready to do this yellow jacket removal, well, yeah, I had this awesome idea. I knew she was washing dishes because she didn't have a dishwasher. And
I was going to make you say that if you didn't do it voluntarily.
And
Mr. Mike Berry said, I got in just in time to hear Alf and Ricky's in trouble. Glad to be here.
Yes, sir. It's going to be a good chat, Mr. Mike. It's going to be a good chat. But anyway, we got a kitchen window right there by the sink.
Yeah, how most houses have a kitchen window.
Well, some people don't. Some people have dishwasher. But anyway, I was like, I'm going to take old Alf and I'm just going to ease him up real slow by the bottom of that window, kind of like he's just reaching in and looking. And when she finally seen that joker, y'all, let me tell you something. She wasn't happy, boy.
That's an understatement. when I almost break my favorite coffee cup because I throw the sponge just about through the window trying to figure out what in the name of creation is coming through there at me. Because I think my husband's outside. I don't have anything to worry about. He's not going to let nothing get me.
She don't have nothing to worry about.
Oh, he's been digging all week, Ed.
I like
He
my
should dig a
tail.
bit deeper, Tim.
Oh, it was great, y'all. I'm telling you.
Oh, that's right. Some people in the back missed it. Some people have what, and some people don't.
Kitchen windows.
Yeah.
Some people
What do
have kitchen
people have
windows.
before the kitchen windows? And a lot of people don't still.
Electric dishwasher or a manual dishwasher.
He's cracking his own stuff tonight, y'all.
Oh, boy.
I agree, Ricky. I watched your video, Mr. Mike Berry, too. I enjoyed it.
It was good.
After I washed dishes for the third time today. Yeah.
Too cute.
Welcome to my life, Sarah Burt. This is all day, every day. He never runs out. It never stops.
I done got myself tearing up
He's
over here.
crying over here at his own jokes. Yep. So somebody please give us something beekeeping to talk about. Oh man, what did Rick? I forgot. You done put so much through my brain entirely too fast, and I'm almost out of coffee. Okay. What did Ricky tell Minnesota Mike he does with the horizontals? Is it the same as what we do? No, Blaine, not that. Anything but that.
Let's put this up.
I think we actually, no, Todd, you are not going to believe what he did. We had to go in Walmart Friday after work. Okay, after this nightmare week work was. Like 4:30 in the afternoon, we're going in Walmart. We go in, and I'm trying to hold his hand like really, really tight so he doesn't get it loose and get the security guards on us again. It didn't work. We go under the cameras. He does his thing, gets them all fired up. Then he decides, oh, wait, I might want more than what I told you we were going to get. So I'm going to run get a buggy real quick. The buggy bin's on the other side of the camera setup. So he got to do it twice. Not once, but twice in one Walmart trip.
Get them, y'all. Every chance you can get.
Oh, that's a good idea, DC. You need one of those old-fashioned kid harnesses with a rope.
I tear it up before we even got out of the parking lot.
He threw it off like Jasper. Oh, man. Oh, take care, Mr. Randy.
Yes, sir.
I hope things continue to look up for y'all. He said things were, Ricky asked him how it was when he got better. He said things were a little bit better. These bee disasters.
Hi there.
What you say now?
How are you?
We're doing well, Kevin. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm driving every Sunday night, and I finally got here, so
We appreciate you dropping by.
Just in a big rush. No, you're looking for bee topics.
Yes.
There we go. Center up. No, I had some good news. We're talking about good news. We got to have some good news, right?
Yes, sir.
I thought I thought I lost one of my hives last week.
Oh, no.
I thought they got robbed out or the queen absconded or I don't know what happened because I went in there and it just seemed like it was real empty. A lot of bees, but I couldn't find any brood activity. And I went in there today and looked again and I found a frame. And that frame, I swear, it was full of fresh egg. So she's in there somewhere.
Wow, well, that's good news.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
some crump back up.
And it was a queenless hive that I pulled out of an electrical vault that I requeened. I was kind of disappointed if I lost that one, but sure enough, they seem to still be there. They're a little light on resources, but things are starting to flow again right now. We get a bloom in the fall of rabbit brush. It's kind of the goldenrod of the West.
Yeah. I've heard
And
of
if we get a little bit of rain, maybe the buckwheat will come back again, and we'll get some more desert flowers before the winter comes. But hopefully I can keep them fed during the winter and keep them going. And
it.
'cause all my hives are swarms that I dug out from either underneath our camper trailer or the house.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
that's how
hopefully-
I got into beekeeping. They showed up.
Hopefully ours that queen from that big swarm, maybe she'll kind of start doing that turnaround a little bit too. Because just rummaging around and ain't seen no brood in there amongst them. But like I say, I don't know if that queen just shut down because ain't much really happening. Even our goldenrod and everything else, if you will, it's blooming, aster and what else we got? Sweet pea, and there's a what they call it, cattle vine or something along those lines. But it don't seem like everything just dried up real quick. In about a week and a half, we had a good pretty. You see everything turning on, and all right, here we go. But kind of checking out things on the way home this evening, some of the big fields, and you can see that pretty golden yellow starting to turn off to that brownish tint. Like, well, I don't reckon they're gonna do much of nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I've lived up in the high desert of California for 30 years now.
Okay. Is that
So
that's where you are now?
yeah, I'm actually down in the low desert right now, down in the city area, but I live up in the high desert.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
a lot of bees up there. A lot that there's when you go through the passes there in the mountains, that's where all the big commercial guys have all their hives packed in the mountain ranges and everything there.
Okay.
And in fact, I think that's where my bees came from. We had a bad fire a few years back, and there was a big beekeeper that got wiped out. This was a family of a family business, generational, and unfortunately, their property got burned out. And there's a lot of bees out there.
Oh,
And
wow.
and it's not the first time I've had a swarm land underneath the house, and I pulled out several years ago. I found some old wood, made a box, and cut some bees out from under the house. Just kind of threw everything into the box, and they lived out there for about 4 to 5 years. I didn't even bother with them. In fact, I got bees in there now. Before I bought regular equipment, I put a swarm of bees in there, and they're still out there, doing their thing. I don't work them or fool with them. But since I ended up, I've been going over a year now. I ended up with 5 different swarms now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's been fun. And that
Oh,
dark honey, my dark honey is all buckwheat.
Okay. Bob and somebody else had buckwheat honey this year. Who was it talking about that?
I don't know. We
I could have swore somebody talking about buckwheat.
That'd be the thing to do though. If you can, that's what we need. But I'm going back on your swarm situation. Like last year and this year, just nothing around here are swarms. The year prior to that, years 1 through 3 for us, I mean, we couldn't keep up with them in the springtime. Not just talking about here at the house. We split everything we could until we just literally we had nothing left. The first 3 years we split. Then
Paris.
For-
He was talking about Paris.
but last year, this year, once again, I could not tell you why we didn't have the swarms. I mean, it's something to do. I'm gonna say forage and all that, but Joey Rawls, you're you're pretty funny guy.
He's guarding the door to the
I'm sorry.
That's the same ugly little stuff.
I don't know if y'all can see that, but
Oh my
let's see
god.
if I can dim it down some.
I'm glad I didn't have coffee in my mouth when I
Alf.
Oh, I'm sitting there watching.
That is hilarious, Joe.
Yes, sir.
Oh god.
Mine don't look like that no more. That joker, poor thing, he's been through it.
Oh gosh.
That old dog tore that thing to pieces. But yeah, but like I say, I think our 3rd year, we was sitting talking on the phone to old Bob Walker one day out there in the yard, and it was about middle of November, and we had a swarm come in. Then for a couple of days after that, we had 2 or 3 other ones just mosey on in here as late swarms, and I think all of them that come in, but what 1 or 2 didn't make it until the following season.
Um,
And then once again, it was the battle royale with the Beatles and all that, trying to get things going around here.
That's the one thing, and as much as I watch and everything else, and mites and beetles where I'm at, I look and look and I haven't seen anything. I mean, I've got wax moth. That's the one thing I do have. And I had a weak hive and the wax moth got in there and there was some larvae and, I had to clean it out and squish them out. I left some frames with wax in it outside and the wax moth got in it. The one thing I have not, and ants. We got every kind of ant that you can even imagine. And the ants were, sugar ants were trying to get into one of the hives. However, the one thing I haven't experienced, knock on wood here, is beetles or mites.
You blessed on both ends, as far as not having to fool with them.
I mean, everything's dry. I mean, until winter time and we get rain and snow. I mean, everything's just dry as a bone. The soil's dry. Everything's dry out where I live. So,
whereabouts are you?
Where my hives are up. If you like the closest major town, it's the Antelope Valley, Victorville, Hesperia area.
Oh.
But I'm up against the foothills.
Mr. Roy said you need to fine him for saying the A and the M words.
Yeah, because I figured old Todd for sure get.
I figured he was going to
Fired
get
up.
triggered with that one.
Then
Joey said, "Don't unalive hive beetles on YouTube Shorts." I think we all learned that lesson.
I had a remedy to that, but I forgot how he could do that. the other day. I was thinking you could get by with it being this versus unaliving them.
Todd's going as Ant-Man for Halloween. Brian said- right there, Brian, Flower Street said it. Yeah,
Oh yes, Todd.
you got your costume picked out, huh?
Somebody said the A word, then I was kind of, well, I was picking at Ed
Ant-Man with a big brush.
about the M's causing the Beatles and all that. And there for a second, I told Hannah, I said, I don't know if I hope I didn't make Ed mad.
I was like, Ed's got to know you meant that as a joke.
Oh, yeah. And he sent another message and it clarified it in my head. I was like, okay, we on the same track here.
Mhm.
But I definitely feel your frustrations, that's for sure.
Yeah.
On that.
I got sick watching his video. I was like, I know what that feels like.
Mm.
It's not a good feeling.
But, I mean, Ed, if you're still watching, usually what we'll do, we got the chickens to take care of the little larvae for the most part. But freeze them babies for a couple nights, let them thaw out the next day, or whenever they get thawed out, and just take the shower setting on a water hose and spray that baby with the shower setting on the water hose, and it'll rinse that goo off of it. Then I'll take that frame and I'll just give it a shake, kind of like you're doing in the springtime to give you your honey shake. And it'll shoot all that water out of there. Then let the bees rob it out. Once they finally get done robbing, put her up for the winter time. But brother, this is something to try now. We've done it a couple years and had pretty good luck with it. But one of the old timers around here talked about using eucalyptus oil and keeping them wax moths off your frames, what have you. But
I got some of that.
was telling Blaine, get you one of those little bitty mister, like little spray bottle, if you will, kind of like where you could make a tincture and, spray something in your mouth. Get you one of those and put that eucalyptus oil in there and just hit those frames, mist them real good. Then, separate them the best way you can. And that'll help keep them moths out. And if you want the science behind it, Google can tell you all that. But it does say moths do not like the smell of eucalyptus oil. So apparently it worked for umpteen generations for them. We tried.
Mhm. Joey said he learned you have to put out a trigger warning. Then you can put out videos.
Oh, good. This may trigger.
Uh-huh.
Well, I thought I'd come up and introduce myself. My name's Brian, by the way.
Right, okay. We always just call you Bee Disasters. I was sitting here thinking, I don't think I've ever heard anybody say his name, so I don't know.
No, I'm not shy. I've been in other communities elsewhere. Everybody knew who I was.
Okay.
I'm new to the bee business. And enjoying myself. Hopefully retire soon, and I'm thinking about homesteading my house and creating a LLC. And I'm going to be a farm.
I've heard that. Yes, sir.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do what you enjoy now.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean it's been interesting. The wife hates them. Can't stand the bees.
No.
No. I said, yeah, but you eat the honey, don't you? And she's like, sometimes.
So there's the silver lining.
Yeah. That was the first year. I probably got 2 gallons sitting in a bucket that I haven't done anything with. And I got a couple of supers I was just waiting for them to finish up with. I mean, they're all full. Maybe you know, or somebody in the chat knows, these bees won't cap it off. it's the honey's been in the cell for months and months. They've had them full, but they won't cap it all off. And I mean, I'm just getting ready. I'm thinking about maybe this weekend going ahead and harvesting it off anyway.
Well, there was a couple of people not long ago that were talking about that, and they were like, I'm getting really, really frustrated because it should be capped off, and they went ahead and pulled it, and it was perfect. Like
Yeah.
it was
ready to go.
in our minds, it should have been capped off, and they were like, they went ahead and harvested all of it like that.
Right, my big 10 frame, double deeps. The top box is full, also completely full.
Mm-hmm.
And the supers on top are completely full. So I'm ready to break it down because it's getting ready. It's starting to chill up a little bit up there. And I knew they knew winter was coming when I noticed that all the drones were kicked out.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of drone activity, and then all of a sudden, nothing. So it's like, but we're learning, and I'm not a quitter. I'm going to be sticking with it for a while.
Okay, they're saying like Joey and Mr. Mike Berry are saying probably just because the flow's over.
Yeah,
is why they're not. But Brian was saying, absolutely just get the little refractometer and just test the moisture level in it. And
right,
if it's
yeah.
water, then it doesn't matter if it's capped or not.
Yeah, that was a heavy discussion.
I see the
thing here. Just pull it.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I do a lot of things. Hey, you got to learn sometime, right?
Hey, we learn by trial and error a whole lot.
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know anything along those lines until they had that conversation a few months back. Because everything that we've seen, they cap, and you get a pretty line across there, and it's like, okay, it's time to do it. Then I forget whoever brought it up in conversation was having like the same issue you're talking about. They just won't cap it. Okay. And folks brought it to light of no, just get after it.
Well, Mr. Mike Berry just said if the flow's over and they haven't filled it all the way, they won't cap it. But it's probably already dried and ready.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I'm not seeing the chat. I see what you throw up on the screen there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's perfect.
Yeah, several folks saying that theirs don't cap. I guess kind of like you talking about y'all out there in that drier climate versus us out here to where the humidity is literally can be 100%.
Yeah.
For several weeks, kind of thing. And I guess if they don't cap it down here, then they're just going to constantly have to continue to try and dehumidify things in order to keep that honey dry.
Right.
Y'all out there in them drier climates, they can just say, hey, look, it's dry. There ain't no sense in doing that extra work.
Yeah, that's us, Joey. The shake test.
Yeah, 20% humidity where I'm at's pretty wet.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Or I don't know if we.
Yeah, well, but even Philip said his bees may not cap the fall honey, and he's in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Whole shake test. If you ain't got a refractometer, do a shake test.
There you go. Okay.
But that would be a good little tool for you to have. I guess we ain't got much room to say on that. We ain't got one, but watching everybody else that really want to get down to that number they like.
Precise percentage.
Now,
I almost bought one. I was buying some stuff and I went, should I get one this time? Well, I'll just wait for them to cap it. They'll tell me when it's done.
Yeah. Right. Been there. That's why we don't have one.
Now, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, because this may be just if anybody else is interested, but don't buy one from an auto parts store. Get one off Amazon, something along those
Russell
lines.
Koopman just said $20 for a
Yeah, they're not
refractor.
expensive.
Okay, there we go.
They're not horrible. Yeah. Yeah, I just figured out, I had some beautiful full frame cap, just gorgeous frames that, I pulled a couple of frames out before and harvested it by hand, Now I bought a 3-frame centrifuge and I haven't even used it yet.
Okay,
Yeah.
folks are putting these numbers up here for us. Where was I going to? Oh, I think it's one of Mr. Bob Benny's videos. The fella that works for him, man, he went through and showed anybody can learn from this guy as far as how he sets that refractometer to just right for them up there, but it'll give you an idea of how you want to set yours, whether you want 16, 17, 18, or who was it? Russell saying that there's a couple that they even had capped at 20%. Yeah, Mr. Russell Amon saying I had capped at 20%.
Well, Philip was saying in the South, capped honey can be 19.5 or 20%. But then DC said his will run between 16 and 17.
So I guess you just gonna have to tinker around with it in your area there to see what's going to be your good neutral there.
I guess that's the big difference for us, Mr. Mike. Well, Mr. Mike Bear. There's so many mics in here, but we've never had a honey harvest that big that we could store a whole bunch of honey. But he was saying he only did the shake test until he started storing a lot of honey. Then he started using the refractometer to make sure the moisture was right.
There you go. Oh, yeah, DC is 17.
DC's in South Canada. I didn't think he was quite that far north. Yeah, that's about us, DC. A bucket and a half was his largest harvest.
I'm reading all these comments you're putting up.
He's flying through them.
Well, I'm trying to leave the bigger ones up there, so
Oh.
I'm not a fast reader myself. So I have to go, what the world?
Pause it.
Yeah, pause it a second. Yeah, we got a whole 7 ounces this year. A whopping 7 ounces.
Well, I had a guy ready to buy it. He said he would. There's a guy that sells honey off the highway, not too far from my house. He said he was willing to pay me about, a little north of 200 for 5 gallons, but he'd only take it 5 gallons at a time. I don't know if I don't think I'm going to make 5 gallons this year. So I'll just jar it up and give it to friends and stuff, coworker. I've already given a lot of honey away, and family.
That's our problem. We give more away than we do actually making a profit on it.
Yeah, that's our main problem.
I even sent a jar off to Massachusetts a couple months ago. Had a friend of mine whose young daughter wanted a jar of honey. I could say no. Here, hold on a second. Yeah, I'll show you real quick.
Okay.
It was kind of surprising looking at some of those numbers, how you got
There's the camera. There we go. This was some of my earlier harvest.
Oh, that's pretty.
This is the lighter stuff, but the stuff I was getting later when there was more buckwheat up, it was coming out a lot darker. But yeah, this is nice. I've had this chart up for a few months now.
Yes, that's
That's a really pretty color.
kind of looks like our privet a little bit, that golden.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've been meaning to come up and introduce myself and say hello. I like coming in and listening to your show too.
Well, I
Well,
appreciate
yes,
it. It
sir.
was really good to meet you in person. Well,
Oh, yeah.
halfway in person, I guess.
Yeah,
Sort of.
The door's open anytime, Captain.
Absolutely.
thank you very much. And good to meet you both.
Yes,
You
sir.
too.
All right, I'm going to take back off, and I'll be back down in the chat. I just got here. I'm a little hungry, and I want to throw something in the oven.
Hey, I
There you
don't
go.
blame you a bit.
Yeah. All
Thank you
right,
much for dropping by.
all right. Take care.
All right. Well, that's pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Meet a new friend.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we were already friends. He
You know-
comes in the chat all the time, but it was cool to meet
We
him
could see-
face to face.
Yeah, see him face to face here.
Philip said when they ask for free honey, ask for free help in the bee yard. Do you know how fast people disappear?
Well, I gotta
Completely disappear.
go let the dogs out.
Oh, and he's back in the chat just that quick. They disaster. Brian.
Oh.
Man, some of you Mikes and Brians are going to have to change your name.
We'll have to give him some numbers or something.
Uh-huh. Oh, no.
We just trying to keep our little old bunch alive out there. We got a little
One
polly pad.
lonely little polly. Where you go?
We'll go around here.
Oh, I was like, you can't leave me by myself on camera. Brian said, don't ask him to help in the bee yard, ask him to help in the honey house. Well, considering the honey house is my living room at this point.
There's their little snacks we made up for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Big chunks of peppermint.
Yeah. Little chunks, big chunks, everything in between. How did we do that? We did a.
He said, you say Brian like my cousin. I think he's picking on our accent.
That's all right.
I know.
Replace
him with Jasper.
How do we do the thing? Well, a pound of pollen mix, 1 gram of the Apis biologic.
Didn't we make a video?
Not on this one. That was the.
Just call me Notorious Mr. S. Oh, okay, that makes sense. He said his family's from Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That's where my daddy side come from. Up just.
I know, Joey. I try to tell people that all the time. I don't know what y'all talking about. He said, y'all don't have no accent.
Yeah.
We talk normal to him.
Yeah. But it's funny how we can understand each other. There's some folks that said, what did you just say?
Oh, yeah. I've had that before.
But down here, we know exactly what we're saying. It may be a bunch of words run together that nobody knows how to spell, but we know exactly what we're saying.
It's cool.
Mm-hmm. Paul, good to see you in here too, Kelly.
Yeah, I've been in here for a few minutes. What is it? All right, Tom and Melissa. I really thought Miss Jan had an excellent idea for that particular bucket of honey, but they said they wanted everybody's input on the honey dilemma.
Tom and Melissa, Facebook. Let me fix this. We'll remedy this right here for y'all. Which it kind of goes. I'm on both sides of the team for a second. All right.
Yeah.
Make a medium blend. Use her money to buy another tank to put that in. You're golden.
Paul said you may kick Joey's. All his family came to Louisiana from Mississippi. And Paul said you may kicked out of Mississippi.
This ain't no joke, y'all. We were talking about
My
a
favorite Southern word is "old."
Earl.
Why is that your favorite Southern word, Brian? Philip said, like, all right, Tim.
All right, dude. Yes, sir. Or just simply,
Grandpa stole a mule. Is that why y'all got kicked out of Mississippi?
get on out of here. You thieves.
I hear it as all.
Oh,
I
oh.
don't know. I don't know. I don't hear a whole lot of people in the South talking with the extra R's.
Because we
I
already
mean,
hear
I
them.
just say wash stuff, you know. But Danae said, how about that? Like Charlie said that.
Wars.
Yeah, that one.
Got
I
war
can't
something.
even say it like that.
Uh-huh. First time I heard Charlie say it, I was like, that fella, he got to have some Southern background somewhere talking about wars.
Yeah. I don't know. I think my favorite part of any kind of Southern talk is the way, like Earl, the ones up in the mountains, how they say yous.
Ewans.
Yeah.
Ewans.
Hmm. That's probably my favorite Southern word. Yeah, Paul, there is an extra R in Oak Creek.
Yep. And look here. Look here can mean 10,000 things, but you know exactly what's being said.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of deal. That can be just conversation,
That
or
could be a threat.
yeah, a threat, or an actually, hey, look here.
Mm-hmm.
There's that
Something I
armadillo.
want you to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah, Danae, bless your heart is probably my favorite one to say because it really confuses people.
Mine is.
Yeah, you guys is definitely a northern thing.
Oh yeah, you got my attention. I hear that.
Where did you come from? Because you don't belong here. Blaine said my favorite southern words are "go back where you came from." Yeah.
That's pretty good there, fella. Pretty good.
See, DC enunciating just takes too much brain power. I don't care to do that most of the time. If I'm not caffeinated, you can hang it up.
Oh, here we got. Before I bring him on, this is Bubba Gump. Bubba Gump, and I mean this with all due respect, and that man knows this too. But the Bubba Gump of honey beekeeping business right here. Yes,
How you doing, folks?
there he is.
Hey, Brian.
So I want to preface this by saying I grew up in New Jersey, so I have a New Jersey accent. I own it, right? It's definitely part of me. I came to Colorado and had to deal with some Colorado accents. So first of all, the woman's name is Dawn. It is not Dawn. Here in Colorado, it's pronounced Dawn. And I'm like, no. I'm like, who's Dawn? Dawn was the cafeteria lady, and someone was like, yeah, go bring this to Dawn. And I'm like, who's Dawn? Who is he? They're like, no, Dawn, the cafeteria lady. I'm like, oh, Dawn? So in New Jersey, you go get coffee with Dawn. You don't get coffee with Dawn. So
No.
when you in the South say, I say oil, I hear the hard O-I. When you guys say, I hear oil. And it's all, I don't know, it's so fun. It's all kind of
That's
mushed
it.
together. I don't hear the oi. It's like, oh, I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. And then Charlie's got some great pronunciations as well. So I've got some relatives from southern Jersey. He definitely says some things similar, like "warsh." That's definitely like Jen's grandmother would say things like "warsh." Definitely those added R's are fun. Yeah, I think linguistics is super interesting. Different people get different things. So I hear the "ol." I don't hear "earl." I hear "ol." So that's just what my ear picks up. So now every time you say it, you're going to be conscious of how
Can
you
I ask you
pronounce
one
it.
question?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. How many times did you practice to say all the different dialects of oil?
Or.
Yeah, you
So
got to
I'm
practice
thinking I can only do one. So how many tries did I take you?
Well, I remember the first time I heard someone say it, and I can't remember if it was you folks or someone else, but I was like, what? No, maybe it was like Gus Mitchell because he worked on like an oil rig and he kind of said it like that. But it was like, you hear certain words that just sound different in certain places that stand out to you. And then, like, if you move away, but then you go back and visit for a little bit, like my New Jersey picks up a little bit. And then sometimes I'm here in Colorado and I forget my New Jersey roots and I'll be at a market and someone will be like, "Are you from the East Coast?" And I'm like, "Damn it, you can hear it in me." So yeah, I think that's super interesting.
I let it slip.
All right, so I just wanted to come in.
Yeah, Ed said like the difference in drone and drone.
Yeah, and Galloway's in New Jersey as well. He's in like the southern New Jersey, where he gets more of like the Pennsylvania or like the Philadelphia kind of impact. I'm closer to New York, that's right. So I get more of like the more Bostonian, the Brooklyn kind of thing. And then if you're really good, you can tell like Brooklyn from Bronx, from Long Island. Not me, I can't do that, right? Like imagine when we hear someone, like imagine hearing someone like a Japanese person talking English. We just think Japanese accent, right? You could probably, if you were kind of, if you could hear it and like you could tell where from Japan those accents might be from, if you could tell those differences. I don't know. I think accents are fascinating. People are fascinating. That's what I think. It's just people are fascinating. And just the way people are different, I found fascinating. I was a psychology major, can you tell? Right? I just find it so fascinating. And I ended up going into,
Absolutely.
I went into teaching and I used so much of my
Absolutely.
psychology there. And even as a marketer, I do so much using my psychology and in how we market our stuff.
Mm-hmm. I bet you do.
My Jersey
I
is
never thought
it's
about
Jersey.
that.
All right, so there's your
I'm just
second
Yeah.
Brian of the night. I'm gonna hop
So-
off. I'll let another Brian come on if there are any others. Folks, have a great night.
Well,
Great
Brian
seeing you.
C just came in the chat.
All right, bro. Thank you.
Take care, folks.
This has
Is he-
been
Is he Brian or Brian?
y'all all Brian.
Or Brian?
I can't
Brian.
do this. Ornery versus ornery. I don't know what the difference is. Y'all
Ornery.
killing me with the dialects. I got one. Whatever comes out.
What about I got an aunt that it's like
It's Brian.
she'll tell you two words, then it's and all.
Mhm.
Blah 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 and all. And that is 90% of her
They
conversation.
talking about all the what you call it, all the different southern things. Like Deb was saying, you know, how about let's do that Monday week or Tuesday week? I was like, I catch myself saying that all the time. What is it? Yeah, the double negatives. Do not's positive. Ain't got no means no.
That's it.
That one, that was a couple more funny ones
If I heard
in here.
ain't a word in
Yeah.
school one time,
The teachers would say that it's not ain't is not a word. It's ain't a word. So don't use it. Why are you using it?
you just said ain't a
You're
word.
setting the example.
So thank you.
Yeah, the drone and drone. drawn out comb and drawn, like drawn bee,
Well,
ornery.
like Brian was saying, dawn and dawn.
Yeah. I'm not even going to attempt that northern accent. There is no way. The only time the way I talk changes is when I'm nervous. Like when I'm really nervous, I can hear an accent come out because I'm not thinking about the way I'm talking. Oh, Brian C. said ain't has been added to the dictionary. DC said they had to add it. Too many people used it for too long.
Well, we've been using it for hunting forever down here.
He said it wasn't a word back then, but it is now.
Well, I'm glad they get a little slacked on our language and let us carry on about how we do things.
Y'all just get off our back. We'd be all right.
Yeah, leave us alone. That's the thing. We just want to be left alone.
Brian said Charlie says and all that is his filler phrase. I've noticed that too. Up in New York, it's you got. Yeah, I get on people for saying that down here.
Come on, you guys.
No,
Come
no,
on.
no.
If you hear, like Brian was talking that the Bronx accent and all that, you talk about got my attention.
What are you doing
Yeah.
in my neck of the woods?
You were definitely not from these parts here, Mr. or Mrs.
Brian C. said some folks down here say tump, where I would say tipped over. Oh yeah, it's tumped over. You crunk the truck.
Yeah.
What else along them lines that we ain't supposed to say? Oh, I know. I'm saying, Philip, that'll trip me up in a heartbeat.
And you got your classics, humdinger, whatchamadiggy, the old thingamabob there.
Whatchamacallit.
Yeah.
Hickermajig.
Hold the
I use
flashlight
that a
still.
lot.
What else there?
Oh, man.
But once again,
Blaine said it just depends on who learned you to spoke.
that's right. And if they learned you the right way.
Well, you start talking pig Latin with a southern accent, and nobody above the Mason-Dixon line would know what you say.
Mm-hmm. Slow it down.
That's it, Paul. Brian said, watch my cousin Benny to practice your Brooklyn accent.
Learn how to make grits too.
It's a buggy, Danae. What do you call the basket at the grocery store? A buggy.
A buggy. What we call it. Some people call it a cart. I guess up north you call it a cart. And like Paul was saying, a Coke is the whole line.
Yes, that's what he just put it in there. You want a Coke? Yeah. Okay, what kind?
What kind?
Or what flavor? Somebody might ask you what flavor, but
Give me a Sprite.
any kind of carbonated drink is a Coke. Period.
Or in Blaine's situation, give me 9 12 packs of Dr. Pepper.
It's a bag, not a sack.
Yep, that now.
Oh, man.
Or some folks use it too.
A grocery cart? No, it's a buggy.
It's a buggy. And the Gulf ain't the ocean.
Depends on how old you are. It could also be a bumper cart. Some people here call it a grocery basket. Oh, no, pretty much everybody calls it a buggy down here. Joey said in New York, a regular coffee is coffee with cream. I could deal with that. I drink cream in mine, but only one kind of cream. I'm not really particular on the coffee, but I'm very particular on the coffee cream.
Well, like he had saying, if you hear pop or soda, That's somebody from the North Country.
Uh-huh. A soda and specify the name. Pepsi, Coke, Sprite. And see, down here, those aren't names. That's flavors.
That's your flavor. Which one do you want out of that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
But see, Todd, if somebody down here says, I got to get me a pop, and if you have any kind of accent and you seem like you're from around here, then they're waiting on you to finish. You know, a pop tart, popsicle. They think you left half the word off.
that bottle busted.
What?
That jar busted.
And you think this is funny? Yeah.
We didn't know. That jar went to kaput. Let me show you what happened over here.
He said they've been waiting a long time.
There you go. Right there.
Everywhere.
I'll just take the glass. I'll put it. Take the glass.
Now I have heard it called soda pop a couple
Soda
of
pop?
times.
Yeah.
Yeah. But not just pop by itself.
Soda water.
Oh boy. He said if somebody told me they needed a pop, I'd say if you don't know who your daddy is by now, you ain't never gonna know.
Filling station.
Oh my word. Yeah, soda water,
Mm-hmm.
soda crackers. That's just plain saltines if y'all don't know. But you hear somebody in the South say soda crackers, that's what they want.
Mm-mm.
You got honey all over your stuff.
I got this. I got it everywhere. Mm-hmm. It's good. But
Joey has an old square soda water bottle. Can we go over grits again?
we sure can. Yes, sir. You got a bag? We're going to send it to you, Todd.
Do we? Jasper, I really could use a little bit more. Heck yeah, you can put honey in grits, Brian.
Yeah, yes, sir. Sorry about that. I'll clean up some of the little mess there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. We're going to make it. Oh, yeah. We got 10 more minutes, people.
And grits, definitely salt and pepper and butter. No
Yes.
sugar.
No.
People gonna eyeball you like you are from outer space
No, don't put
if
no
you
sugar
put
in
sugar
the
in the grits. That's worse than hollering out for a pop instead of a Coke.
I don't know if I've ever put sugar in grits.
Mm-mm.
The only thing I've put sugar on, and that was the only way my mom and dad would get me to eat them as a kid, but was big limas.
You tell him, Mr. Paul.
But I don't even do that no more.
There was
What?
Paul Hale said for you Yankees, you gotta wait till the grits are ripe on the tree before you pick them.
Yeah, don't pull them things too early, though. It's worse than a persimmon. It's best to get the little ones to do that because they got little fingers. You don't want to get in there and tear that flour up too much.
Yeah.
Because if you do, then it won't produce another grit.
They're picking on Joey. They said, good Lord, Joey, how old are you? He said, I'm trying to catch up with JW.
Wonder what that character's up to this evening. Ain't seen him in here this morning. I think so this evening.
Yeah, what are you up to, Buns?
Mm-hmm.
Grits are a treat. Yeah. Todd said, my belly's full. I'm happy as a seagull with a French fries.
Sea chickens. That's
Yeah.
what I call them around here.
Tell you
Sea
what, them
chicken.
things will dive bomb you around here if they see you got a French fry.
Ain't that true? They ain't scared. I imagine any of y'all that got them out in them parking lots out there know that. But here they come.
Oh. What? Mr. JW popped in to say hey and good night at the same time. Rebs say daddy, Yanks say dad.
Yep.
I have to agree with that. I'm in my good grief, close to mid-30s, and I still call my dad daddy or pop. Hey, I do say pop on a regular basis, but not talking about a drink.
Majority of the time, anybody around here said, well, old daddy got a new lead dispenser or whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mr. JW.
Brian, I have made honey mustard around here.
Oh, yeah, shoot ya. Good to see you, Mr. JW. Hope you had a good fishing trip, whatever you've been into today. And I hope you sleep well tonight since you headed right on back out.
No, he's going to visit VA honeybees tomorrow.
Oh, mercy.
Brian, I know Lee does garlic honey,
Mm-hmm.
but you'd have to talk to him on the specifics of it.
Well, I forget how many he told me to put in a quart jar with honey. Yeah, I'm not going to say because I don't want to give you the wrong numbers. But
that sounds good, Ed. He's been making homemade butter and then turning that into honey butter.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I tell you, that homemade honey mustard is good too now. Get you a name brand mustard and put your honey in there and mix everything to your likings. Get you some cheese sticks. Get after it.
Mm-hmm.
We do that quite often right here.
Yeah. It's a good little snack.
Mm-hmm.
Jasper.
And honey butter too. What else we put honey on?
We put honey on all kinds of everything.
Now, I'll tell you, if you like carrots, now putting them on carrots is good too. After she puts them on them little baby carrots, when she cooks and throws all that together, and
That's
you talk about
the
good.
only way we eat carrots anymore.
We talked to a friend yesterday, and it's really kind of getting time for you to start doing it again. Next month, maybe. But somebody sent us home with a whole bunch of fresh peanuts, green. And we were talking how Hannah made a honey glazed walnuts and pecans last year, not a pecan. And what'd you do? You did honey, brown sugar, something else?
Cinnamon and nutmeg.
Cinnamon and nutmeg. But man, you talk about them jokers were good too. Well, we done went from correct vernacular to food. Where are we at now?
Philip don't like honey mustard, but he loves mustard and he loves honey.
Mm-hmm.
Ed likes fish sticks with mustard. Blaine just found out he likes mayo on hamburgers.
What? Just found out.
Ooh, Ed, you ain't lying. I hadn't done creamed honey, but cinnamon and honey butter on a sweet potato. Good grief. Oh, Mr. JW. One last word.
Uh-oh.
All big letters. I hate grits. Joey said, now I gotta go find something to eat. No, Tom says he uses pecan and pecan interchangeably. But see, down here, a pecan is the little nut you eat. A pecan is something disgusting.
That's something you do.
No, I mean like the little green peas. It's a can of peas. If you say pecan down here,
Oh,
somebody's looking for a can of them nasty little green peas.
what they call it? English peas.
English peas.
That thing's terrible. They should outlaw them things. And they want to feed them to babies when they're little. No wonder they make them little faces.
Wayne, that's just a coffee can. He said you take a pecan on a long road trip.
Yes, sir.
Fish stick is like chicken nugget, two words that don't go together but took over the world. Yeah, my grandpa used to ask, now exactly what part of that chicken did you get the nugget from?
Well, that's like going into chicken places and telling them to give you all left legs.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna make that little girl's head explode trying to figure out. She was legitimately trying to figure out how to tell if it was a right or left leg. Yeah, and it wasn't even on the chicken. It was battered and fried in the pan in the deli window.
That poor girl was lost as she can be. I just told her, look, I said, put whatever ones you can get in there. Don't worry about them left legs. I can get by with them other ones, I guess, but just load it up.
Colorado Brian said we named one of our chickens Chicken Patty. Oh gosh. Ugh. I ain't even gonna say I can eat anything, but liver and chitlins is two I am not going anywhere near.
But you give me some gizzards that come right off the grease. Now we can do something.
Russell Amen said I named my calf Steaks. That's terrible.
Calling the pig bacon. Sorry.
Oh man.
I love it.
Yeah. Philip said you got me to thinking, Tim. I could do that with the wings. Oh, he got another girl at the grocery store checking out. And we bought a thing of chicken. It was legs, drumsticks. But he asked her, are these the front legs or the back legs? And she really stopped to think about it. I was, bless your heart.
Seriously.
Just bless your little heart.
And she looked at me like, just leave these people alone so we can go
Yeah.
and stop.
Ed said I had a cat named Dog.
Did I ever tell y'all that time about how the flea market got me for $2?
We just talked about that
Hmm.
not long ago. I don't know. You was talking about it at work, and there's a nightmare week that would never end.
I won't bring it back up then.
Well, you might as well tell
No,
me now.
I ain't gonna talk about it.
Oh yeah, we have told this story because Danae just said for parking, and
Yes,
Ed
ma'am.
said, "Here we go again."
Here we go.
We've told this story.
Who was? We went back the other day, and we was trying to look at some of the comments.
Oh no, Blaine said, "I want to hear this."
From the last chat or whatever it was. And some of y'all talking about cut Tim loose, let him go, and all that. And I was thinking, I need to tell them people I appreciate their support. Well, I was getting fired up on one of them situations, and you was trying to idle me
Steve
down.
Amos. I'm pretty sure Blaine was egging you on in that. Somebody else, Todd.
There
was a whole little crew of y'all egging him on.
But I'm going to tell you, thank y'all for the support. And maybe one day.
Yeah.
Could be tomorrow. I hope not. May have a new story for y'all. I got a parcel one. I just gotta finish.
Yeah.
See where it's gonna go.
Philip said he's going to text you a picture of a dog named Honey he met at the farmer's market.
I'm telling about. We know an old boy named Ray.
Oh, you're out of time, Buttons.
I don't know. We got a few minutes to tell this story real quick. Good friend named Ray. I won't say his last name, but
Yeah.
Anyway, we went to do some work for Ray's cousin. Well, lo and behold, they had a dog named Ray,
Yeah.
and their name is the same last name. So, but Ray the dog, poor thing, he's deaf, dumb, and blind.
True story.
Like for real.
He ain't making it up.
And I seen that poor old dog one day. He's just smart enough not to run into you, but that old dog sat down and tried looking up at me with
He's a
those.
really sweet dog.
Yeah. Well, for what he could look up at you because he's blind and his eyes was pretty well closed and all that. But
He's only got one eye, and that one's just completely clouded over. Poor thing.
I took a picture of that old dog, and I said, Ray, so and so, I'm gonna put your picture in here with him.
Yeah.
Then the following Sunday, I got to church and I showed the human Ray. I was like, guess what? This dog here got the same name as you. And y'all two about look the same. So I put this as your picture on here. They they resemble.
Little Ray's way cute.
The dog.
Yes.
Got text messages coming in.
Oh, that's too cute. That's the dog named Honey from the market.
Oh, yeah.
That is too cute.
Let's see if she'll go.
I think
We got a
Jasper
couple more
gotta
coming
go
in.
out.
Let's see.
One day we're gonna figure out how to do this.
The right way.
Put it up on the screen.
That's Honey. That dog's
Yeah,
pretty much.
literally, Mr. Paul. That, like, no exaggeration.
That dog looks like it's wearing the same costume as that woman at the fair that was up on them stilts.
Yeah. Blind in one eye and can't see out the other.
That's it, too.
That ain't no lie. I mean, honestly.
We have to holler at him. I'm not going to blow y'all's eardrums out with it, but it's like you have to holler right
Oh, yeah.
to get
You do.
old Ray's attention.
He's a good dog.
He's a good dog. He tries. I give it to the poor old fella. He tries.
Yeah.
But he's in a good home. The people take real good care of him. He couldn't have found a better home to go to. And that's all joking aside. Old Ray taken care of. But
She's a queen bee. The dog.
I thought he was talking about the chick at the fair. I was like, that's pretty good, Phil. You didn't even know about that one, but guessed it.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
The chick on the stilts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this lady. We went to the fair.
Yeah, picture with her.
That's our yearly, if we do anything for us, I guess, we try to do, is each year go to the fair and we enjoy watching the rodeo. But while we're waiting on the rodeo to start, I like to rummage around all the 4-H stuff, the FFA kind of thing, and people with all their critters. And I enjoy going out there and looking at all that. And man, there was some gal, she was probably 10 feet up on some stilts.
At least.
And she had her some kind of honeybee suit on where she was a queen bee, but
The fair has everything on a stick.
they yes, they do.
Oh, Ed's got a new puppy too. That's
Oh,
a pretty little dog, Ed.
all right. Since we're at the end, and
You're out of time buttons.
well, real quick, I've been meaning to tell y'all this one, and this is on a Jasper note. We found out the other day Jasper is not no kind of Dalmatian.
Oh yeah.
Undoubtedly, I'm going to say the name wrong. She's going to correct me, but the way I look at the name is his real name is Doggo Argentino.
The spelling is Dogo.
Doggo.
I think it's Dogo. I
Doggo.
like Dogo better. I
Argent-
think Dogo fits Jasper better.
Argentino, not Argentina.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
I wish so bad I had some kind of little fly on the wall camera around here because Buttons discovered the Google Lens
Ooh,
on
yes.
his phone.
I've been
He
taking
had no
pictures.
idea. He was literally like a 6-year-old taking pictures of everything in this house, testing the Google Lens on his camera
There's two
to
things.
see if it's right.
It didn't know who I am, and it didn't know who Blaine was.
Mhm.
I do know
But
that.
it knew what Jasper was.
It knew what Jasper was. Pretty well got all the flowers right I was looking at. And
He ran his phone battery dead in like an hour and a half after he figured out Google Lens on his phone.
that's a pretty neat little setup. I had no idea my phone would do that.
Mr. Mike kindly said, keep saying doggo and he's going to poop in your floor. But yeah, y'all would have been so proud of him and his accomplishments. I was laughing my tail off.
Look, that's how I learned some of the flowers. Look, I was talking about today.
Mm-hmm.
The cattle vine.
He's learned so much.
Whatever else. Doggo Argentino.
But he
Jasper.
had fun doing it. That's the point.
Yep. But apparently, now, for the ones that be interested, those,
Todd to know.
yeah, those type dogs was raised to hunt, and they come from a bird dog and something else. But they made that particular type breed back in the early 1900s, and they used old Jasper family there apparently is a fine hunting dog, and which makes sense because he has been jumping deer. This ain't no joke.
I was just fixing to say, I'm pretty sure ours is defective. The only thing he hunts is a food bowl.
Well, I don't know. I mean, he's been jumping deer every time he goes out there in the back. I'm just gonna say I'm proud of him.
Yeah. Jasper is illegal in Britain. I like him more now. Hey, it kind of scared me that it was talking about there's some states in the U.S. he's illegal. I was like, yeah, I dare you come take my dog from me.
Yeah, apparently
You
they
try.
could be a pretty vicious dog. Apparently,
Yeah, it said they're supposed to be real protective and defensive, and I'm like, that ain't Jasper.
Jasper has more triggers. He needs those warnings that Joey's got to put out.
He's the sensitive one.
Yes, very much.
Be disasters. Said when I asked my papa once what kind of dog he had, he said a brown one.
The brown one.
I got that answer multiple times.
Oh, they tell you, oh, it's just an old knothead. And for a long time, you think, what are you talking about, old knothead? But I'll tell you, you get a dog that's knothead.
They
Keep 'em.
actually pretty smart. Jasper ain't got no knot on his head.
No.
He got a big heart though.
Yeah, he tries.
Jasper causes cancer in California.
Oh, mercy.
Oh my gosh. Well, Philip
Oh,
said,
Blaine.
"Oh man, they ain't gonna let y'all move to California now." So Blaine
Doggone it.
said, "Jasper causes cancer in California." Mm. Well,
What?
we have been all over new places this evening.
Yes, we have. We
Completely derailed.
appreciate everybody dropping in. All the Brians.
Yeah,
What else we have here?
Ricky,
Ricky come in. That was
that was just awesome.
awesome. Once again,
Completely awesome.
looking forward to it. And I say maybe in the next week and a half or so, we should have a full count on everything that's been sent in. I know some of you said that they won't get here until, or their donation won't get here until, what was it, around the 21st, 23rd, something like that. So now if there's any of you, like, if you send a check, if you send a personal check, let us know in an email that if
Keep
we,
an eye out for it.
well, keep an eye out, and if we need to cash it, like, that way it doesn't mess your, what do you
Oh
like
yeah.
in
Well,
your banking?
yeah, I'll get aggravated, frustrated if I write a check and it takes somebody 3 weeks to cash that check. Because if I'm in a hurry and I just flip through online and look at the statement real quick, it'll mess me up. So I don't do that anymore. But yeah, if you do send us a check and so if you do need us to go on and cash it, then let us know.
Yes.
We can do that. But otherwise, I'm just putting them in a safe spot until we get them all together. And then, like we told Ricky, 'cause some of those apps that he has will charge. So I don't want you to have to pay every single time. We'll just send it all at one time. Especially since so many people are sending him money directly already anyway. So, okay, Blaine said his bank deducted the money when they issued the check, so his is good.
And
Everybody else is done with the bid.
all right. Well, I'll text Mr. Russell Angel tomorrow, and we already got Phillips put to the side, and except I think there's one or two of more that was supposed to be sending something as well. Then Ricky, they handling their end of it well themselves. So, like I say, we get it all in one pot.
I'm blown away by that. That was just one of the most awesome things I've ever got to witness like that.
Well, not just a monetary donation, that is going to help people in many, many ways. You know, whether it's their bees or, be able to get a little bit of extra food or whatever they need, essentials kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones of you as well that are saying, look, keep my name and number because in spring, I've got X amount of hives or newts that
they're going to send.
Yeah, they're going to send and donate to beekeepers as well so they can get a good start going into spring. So,
God's already working on that with Ricky and them. 2 swarms in the last 2 days.
Bringing them in.
Mm-hmm.
Then the biggest thing is the prayers.
Mm-hmm.
That's, some may say, well, them prayers, you may say them and you don't get nothing out of them, but I tell you
what gets me is a lot of people say, I don't have anything I can send. All I can do is pray.
That's the
I know,
best.
that's the best you can do. That's the most you can do is pray. Everything else is secondary,
Absolutely.
but all of it, I'm sure, is unbelievably greatly appreciated by those people up there.
It will be. We know they're good folks just like the rest of us.
Hmm.
Appreciate folks.
Who knows? Maybe we'll even get some new beekeepers coming in on everybody's YouTube chats.
Well, y'all come on. But that's the end of it there, Maul.
I reckon. You know, Philip just said if somebody can pick them up in the spring in their equipment, I'll donate some news.
Very good.
Get
There's
with
some more.
Ricky on that.
Yep. Create the some kind of new task force there. That way everybody can converge and say, look, hey, I'm
I'm not legal to
right here.
make
Boom,
these.
boom, 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 boom.
Mm-hmm. But I guess we'll wrap it up. We're losing people, but we do want to say again, we know we don't have to say it, but everybody in the chats that came together and helped, but we definitely want to thank everybody that doesn't come in the chat that we didn't even know was part of this, that got in touch with Ricky and helped in whatever way the Lord led them to help. But thank y'all, everybody that's come together on this. It's just unbelievable.
Y'all some fine folks out there in that beekeeping community. I'd say
All
that.
of
Yep. But,
so
well,
we're losing them.
I don't blame
We've
them.
lost half our audience.
It's getting late. Everybody got them jobs to get up and go to. We got to do the same thing. But
With a 7-year.
till then, and next week,
Oh, yeah. Well, no.
Yeah.
Not next week, but the next week.
the 20th.
So that
When
is,
it's October the 20th.
that is the next week.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Today's the 13th. 1 week.
All right. So October the 20th, everything works out, goes accordingly.
We'll have
Supposed
a
to,
special guest. And y'all won't have to listen to us ramble for a whole 2 hours.
y'all get y'all some education out of this one.
Yeah.
Uh,
We might actually stick to honeybees for a change.
Mr. Greg Burns was kind enough to say that he join us, and if the Lord wills, everything works out. Hope to have Miss Susie as well,
That's what I was going to say. We're praying his wife will come on too.
and we'll just see how it goes. So if y'all got any questions for Greg on that ends, and I guess we'll let the M's be discussed.
Mm, yeah.
I'm just
I'll
kidding.
have to have some extra coffee for that one.
We'll get to it. Till then, God bless you. Lord willing, we'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all
Yeah.
take care.
Have a good week, everybody.